back to After School Murder Club. I know it's been over 2 years since I have recorded a video. I'm using a new mic, so if it all goes wrong, it's probably dying, so I'll figure out what I can do. I want to jump straight into this video because I have not played this in so long, and I do remember, I actually did go back and rewatch the video, so I do remember quite a bit of what actually happened. So I did rewatch my own videos just to figure out exactly what happened. So let's get on to the video. First of all, let's play a game of plants. Appear over my plant. The green girl's attention is focused entirely on her phone. Her fingers are tapping on the screen so quickly and rhythmically. It's kind of like a drum beat. I begin to nod my head in time with her. Hey, beautiful. You having a good time there? I blush and cover my face with my hands. Sorry. I was just wondering if you'd like to hang out, like you said? Sure thing. You want to see the game I'm playing right now? Yeah. To be honest, I don't play video games very often. They tend to be too difficult for me or too hard to understand. But I'm sure a whiz like Plant can give me some pointers. Hold on a sec. I watch her shooting with her feet. Her roots from the bucket of water underneath her desk. And then leaving wet footprints, root prints in her way, she walks over to where I'm sitting. Oh, she's so adorable! It's not coming out. She stands by my desk and shows me her phone. So, here's what we're gonna do, new kid. You're gonna download the same game as me, okay? And, if you like it, we can play together once you reach level 16. Okay, just show me what to do, Plant Senpai. A few minutes later, Plant finishes installing the game on my phone. She hands it back to me. No offense, but your phone is so old and beat up. I think the game should still run, but have you considered getting a new one? I tilt my head in an apology. I probably will soon. As soon as my sister gets bored of hers. Your sister? Yeah, I have a sister. A stepsister, actually. Her name is... Okay, as I mentioned before, my IOP buttons do not work, so we're gonna think of it. I'm gonna use a name that does not have those letters, and I'm gonna go with Anya. Her name is Anya. She gets a new phone every couple of years, and I get her old one. Oh. A hand-me-down, huh? I get it. I have an older sister too, actually. We get on pretty well. Big girl. Her root system covers most of southern Japan. Oh, pretty. Oh, no, Anya isn't my older sister. She's 2 years younger than me. My favorite little child. Yep. Really? So you get, hand me up? Didn't it happen to, this person's parents were saying that the main character is, stupid, basically? Yeah, I suppose. So I see that they're favoring the stepdaughter. My parents can't afford to buy new phones for the both of us, so that's fair enough. Anyway, shall we give this a go? Yep. I tap the icon for the game, and after a few seconds it starts up. Look, the screen's cracked. Henchy rollback? That's an unusual name for a video game. Hey, you know what your parents... No, I'm just kidding. You have Wi-Fi, you're lucky. I have to pay for mine every week to get Wi-Fi on my phone. And it's only in certain areas. I don't have it 24/7. Yeah. It just came out a few months ago. I'm not gonna lie, kind of addicted to it. I don't get the joke. Okay, so let's check it out. Just Tap anywhere to start. I followed her instructions and pressed my fingertip to the screen. And the game begins. Okay, in the storytelling place. Between the shining bird and the bird in helm, there's a mixed world. Once they left this land, Angel no longer needed the mighty power, but in their absence, the ground below opened up a huge hunger, and many despicable demons of different form that started roaming, until the angel returned from a distant space. Only special sound can protect people. You are its amazing new voice. Until the angel begin to roll back, you have to deal with all evil things. Go immediately and meet them. What are we talking about? Please enter your username. I'm going to use Jazz, no cat, oh shoot. No capitals. Oh, I'm Jazz slash now. I'm Jazz backslash. That is my name now. What is this story about, exactly? It looks like the game starts in an old abandoned village. I am standing in an open field surrounded by wooden houses. Plant leans over my shoulder explaining the controls. So, first of all, you want to do this, then this. With her help, I managed to make my character walk around the screen. This game seems simple enough so far. Senpai? Is there much of a story to this game? I didn't really understand what it said at the beginning. But finally, you and I are on the same wavelength. Oh, yeah. The translation isn't the best. There is a pretty deep story, though, about the history of the angels and why they're left, that sort of thing. But it's mostly lore and Tice's and the entries, sorry. Me and Toshan have been having fun piecing the plot together ourselves. I see. I have no idea what you're talking about. You don't know what lore is? I'll walk around some more. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be doing. I haven't died yet, so I think I'm winning. You and me, same wavelength right now. You got this. Hello. Level 2 JK Pijo has arrived. What the heck? You look at the schoolgirl. Oh, yep. Suddenly a demon schoolgirl pops up. What? What do we do, Plant Senpai? Okay. It's a turn-based game, right? So, all you have to do is choose your next move from this menu here, see? Okay. I'll give it a try. Holy word, go! It's my turn, the Jazz backslash. Let's entice you. I will dance crazy for ya. Oh. You didn't like me? Okay, it's your turn. Defenses. Ouch. Lost 11 horsepower. I have 38 left. Okay, well, that's a fence. Haha! Only 5. You have 38 left. Wow! What you got? Dances sweetly. You're trying to entice me. Offense. Oh, that's a miss. Well, let's try and entice you next time. What you got? Offense. You missed. Okay, first. Okay. Oh, this is going terrible. There's a fly going around this place. I need to get that. Oh, you missed again. Let's fence. Okay. Well, do I entice you or do I make? I don't know what making snakes is, but I really don't think it will do much. We're just going back and forth missing. Yeah, you hurt me. Problem. Really? miss. Do I maintain? Let's see what maintain does. I think it just starts to maintain. Okay, this misses. Oh, I'm trying to. It hit, finally! 8 horsepower, 30 horsepower remaining. You still have more than me! Okay, what do you got? Francis. Ow. 17 horsepower. I have 4 horsepower remaining. Ew. Yes! Finally! You're still enticing, we're not a fence. Haha! Only 5 though. Wow! You little... I'm gonna die. Okay, you missed. I'm gonna die. And that missed too, because you just imagine a fight where everyone's just missing. It's like going to punch and then both sides are just one punch, it always misses. That's what this is. See? Let me try and entice you again. Maybe that'll work. Probably not. Heh. Nothing. Shocker. And I'm dead. Guy has 0. I'm dead. Goodbye. You're already dead. Angel will never come back. Martyr is restrained. Aw, I got killed. This game is hard. You just got unlucky, that's all. You did really good for your first go. You should play some more in your free time. Once you get to level 16, you can team up with me and Toastron. Okay, Senpai. I'll definitely do that. I'll catch up to you two in no time. Just you wait. The green girl beams down at me. I believe in you, sweetie. I'm gonna carry on playing for a bit. Was there anyone else you were going to hang out with? I watch Plant as she heads back to her seat by the window. And then once again, I take a look around the club room. There are still 3 more club members I can hang out with. Who should I spend time with? Alright, well, first of all, I have your cats. Well, they're kind of. They're my roommate's cats. Ex-roommate. And roommate. And she wants to spend time with me, so she's gonna be in my lap until she wants to leave. And second of all, I did go back, and if you do beat that demon schoolgirl, this like really powerful clown witch appears, and she'll kill you immediately, and you'll get the same exact scream as if you died to the demon schoolgirl. So you get the exact same response. Anyway, let's go draw something with clay. Okay, you wanna leave already? Okay. My eyes came to rest on clay. She's seated in the center of the room, just a few tables away. But in another sense, she's miles away from me. Her features are rigid with concentration. You want to say hi, but you don't want to stay up? She has a stylus in one hand, and she's drawing on the screen of her large tablet device. I watched her entranced. Awkward. Awkward. Awkward! Yikes. Yes? Yeah, this is getting a little awkward. Can I help you with something? Crap. She got me staring. That's a bad habit of mine. I won't look anyone in the face. Like, I constantly am looking everywhere, and that's because my focus is everywhere, but I will not look anyone in the face too long anymore, because I used to have that problem. I smile at her, rubbing the back of my head sheepishly. Hmm. Sorry. It's just the last time I drew something else. My dad grounded me for 2 months. That was totally unfair, by the way. How was I supposed to know that crappy painting was a gift from his beloved fourth wife? Fourth wife? And you're how old? I was just thinking. I haven't tried drawing anything more than a doodle since then. This is very awkward. Do you want to try drawing something with me? Alright. My mouth flops open in surprise. That would be the best, Clay Senpai. Okay. Oh, the table! She stands up, smoothing down her skirt with both hands. Then she picks up her tablet and pads across the room towards me. But instead of pulling the chair up to my desk, she sits down on the raised part of the floor, not far from the window. Oh, yeah, dear. The mic's over here now. I'm trying to see if it'll work, but, so far, no. And, my goodness, adorable. This is much more comfortable. Why did we free the PTs again? Now that she mentions it, the stiff wooden chair I'm sitting in is starting to make my back hurt. You need to stay off the table if you're gonna be up here. Sorry. I slide out of it and take a seat next to her. I stretch out my legs and wiggle my toes. You're right, Clay Senpai. This is much more comfortable. She smiles shyly at me and then looks back at her tablet screen. I actually would do that. When I was in class, I actually would sit on the floor of my English class, but this was before, because I had it for first period. So this was like junior year, and before school started, I was always sitting in the back corner on the floor because I felt more comfortable there. And I remember one time I ended up singing Remember the Name, and one of my friends decided to secretly record me and then post it on Google+. Yeah, fun side story. That video no longer exists, but obviously because Google Plus doesn't exist anymore. You said yesterday you wanted to see some of my work? I nod enthusiastically. Yes, I'd love to. Oh, what kind of thing do you do? Maybe it's just because she's so close to the window. But a dark cloud seems to pass across Clay's face for a moment. Probably darker art. Anger. Pain. Film on the screen. Fear. Aggression. Can I keep that in? Manga? Or it's a bit more complex than that. So abstract art. Here, let me show you. I used to do abstract art. Not a very long time. She presses her fingers across the tablet screen. I've never drawn on the tablet before. I only draw in sketchbooks. A folder full of images soon appears. These are a few that I did recently. I scooch closer to her and take a look at the tablet. Let's see if I can actually show these. That's the first drawing that Clay shows me is a woman's mouth. It has sharp white teeth, a long pink tongue, and is dribbling with bright red blood, the same shade as her lipstick. So this kind of looks like a vampire. It's really well drawn, that's for sure. But it isn't quite what I expected from a shy, polite girl like Clay. Wow. I feel like, yeah, I'm not gonna say that word, but it's a bit, yeah. I suppose you could see it that way. She swipes her finger to the left and the next image appears. Ooh. The second drawing is even more gruesome than the first. But that is very accurate, like taking off the mask, because people tend to wear a mask and you don't know who the person really is in the inside. So if you take off the actual face, which is your mask, you will see the inside of the person. This time, the subject has a white mask for a face. They're in the middle of pulling that mask off, and the contents of their skull can clearly be seen. Brains, blood, teeth, with an empty black hole in the center. Ooh, this one, I think it's relatable, I think it's worrying. I think it's relatable, very relatable, because a lot of people wear that mask and you don't know who the person really is or what they're going through. I see. That's interesting. She swipes her finger again and brings up the next image. Ooh, the third drawing. This is kind of like your inner demon that's attached to you at all times. Or like the side of, or this could be also seen as, because its mouth is stitched, like the side of you that has to stay silent. Especially if you're going through like different traumatic events and then there's some things that you just can't say that you're going through. Like that's the side of you that's silent, and then on the outside you're screaming in pain but you can't actually say what's causing that pain. It's another one that's kind of relatable actually. I started drawing, I'm not even sure what this is supposed to be. It looks kind of like Chuck, does it? Perhaps. This one makes me want to laugh, it makes me want to cry. It is so sad. I'm not really sure why. Sorry. Oh. I've never heard anyone say that before. She pauses for a long moment, lost in thought. And then she lowers the tablet to her lap. So, what do you think? I cut my chin in my hand and think about it for a while. I don't really know the first thing about art, but I do. Well, I think they're really good, they're really interesting. Kind of both, but they're really good. You're very talented, Kei-senpai. I see. Clay will remember that. I'm still trying hard to improve. But thank you for saying so. She holds up the tablet again. So, did you want to try and draw something yourself, Jasper? My eyebrows rocket upwards. Can I? Sure. She taps her lower lip thoughtfully with the stylus. Why don't we agree on a subject? And then we can both try drawing it? I smile warmly at her. Her soft, melodious voice is comforting the distant rainfall. It feels like she's speaking a lot more freely now. Maybe she's starting to get comfortable with me? I love that idea. But what should we draw? Maybe a ghost? What about the moon? Let's try Plant-senpai? Yikes, let's not try another member. How about the moon? Moon. That could work. She holds the tablet out to me. Do you know how to use one of these? Not at all. Obviously. I'll show you. It's pretty straightforward. You can both sketch something. And then I'll put them side by side when we're finished. Sounds fun. But mine won't be as good as yours, Kei-senpai. We all have to start somewhere. So, first of all, 30 minutes later, I have completed my first masterpiece. Clay's explanations about using the tablet were easy to understand. And while I suppose it isn't perfect, I am quite proud of what I've created in just half an hour. I try to hide the smug look on my face as I hand back the stylus. All done. Your turn now, Kei-senpai. Okay, let's give this a shot. 10 minutes later. Oh, mine took 3 minutes. With an explanation, and then hers took 10 minutes. Clay puts down the tablet. Just a rough sketch, kid. I think I'm finished too. Wow, Kay Senpai. That was fast. Shall we take a look at them? Yeah. Why do I feel like I'm gonna be crappy? Clay holds the tablet so that we can both clearly see the screen. Okay. So this is mine. Ooh. The moon that Clay drew. It's the red moon, which is bad luck. It's the sign of, is that the sign of the devil or the sign of the rapture? I can't remember. Wow. It's red? Yes. Red moon is possible. It's very rare, but it is possible. I've seen one. It's a blood moon. Yep, I've seen one. A blood moon? Often during the total lunar eclipse, the moon will turn a bright shade of red. They call that a blood moon. Huh. I learned something. Who's the person in front of the moon? Maybe it's nobody. Maybe it's somebody you've already met. Hello? Okay, now let's take a look at your interpretation. Clay swipes her finger across the screen, and my masterpiece slides into view beside hers. But it's gonna be crappy. Oh, well, it's beautiful. Clay stares at the two drawings side by side, her face expressionless. It's adorable, at least. I feel a swell of pride in my chest. Not bad at all for a first attempt. What do you think, Clay Senpai? Did I do good? That's not good. It's pretty good. Yes. You can definitely tell what it's supposed to be. Good job, Jazz John. She tried for a compliment. I'll give her that. That was awesome. Thank you for letting me into your world, Clay Senpai. No worries. It was fun. I think I'm going to work on my drawings for a bit longer. Okay. I snap her a crisp salute and then stand up. I'm going to see what someone else is doing. I leave Clay to her drawing and look around the club room once more. There are still a couple more members I can hang out with. Who should I spend time with? Alright, we're going to experience coffee with Anka. My parents never let me drink coffee. They say that I'm wired enough already. Or do they say that I'm weird enough already? Either way, they never let me drink coffee. And that's fine, I suppose. But the aroma coming from Anka's corner of the club room is enticing, inviting, intoxicating. Look at it. I got the other one. I want to give it a try. Alright. I want to experience coffee. Get my hair off the microphone. How about that? Anka is a tiny bit intimidating to talk to, but I ball up my fist, screw up my courage, and make up my mind. And then I raise my hand and wave over at her. Anka? She doesn't seem to notice me at first. You are on my headphones. You can stay up here, but you are on my headphones. Girl, hold on, 1 second. Hi, I love you, but I'm trying to record a video. You can lay down in my lap, or you can get down. Just stop. She's the lovable one. The other one's a clingy one, but this one's the lovable one. The other one's glaring at me. I did something wrong. Her attention is completely absorbed in her coffee. I wave to her again. Anka! This time she looks up from the rim. What? What do you want now? And why do you have no socks on? Don't tell me Clay got to another one. Her gaze feels like it's bearing a hole through me. She's intense, perhaps. Could you come over here for a moment, please? Again? Fine. But I'm bringing my cup with me this time? Anka stands up and stomps it across their club room, coffee in hand. When she arrives at my desk, she glares down at me, hand on hip, and then she takes another sip. Goodbye. Aw, she's still adorable, though. I'll give her that. You know, this is, excuse me, a darn fine good cup of coffee. She sighs happily as if she's given herself a present. So, Stella said that you're into meat or something. I nod up at her. Would you like me to tell you some meat facts? No. That sounds really boring. I could tell you some meat facts. I work in the deli department. She places her coffee cup down on my desk. I can tell you some. Doesn't mean I will. The liquid inside it is pitch black. The steam rising from it makes me dizzy. It smells so good. Let me guess. Did you want to try some? I nod again, even more eagerly. Yes, please. Well, I suppose I can make you a cup. But don't go thinking that makes us friends or anything. And I definitely don't want to hear any of your meat trivia. I just think it'd be selfish of me to keep coffee this good to myself. And the other club members don't really appreciate coffee like I do. So, do you have any preferences? I blushed slightly at Anka's unexpected question. You mean like, do I prefer girls or boys? What? No! I mean, do you want your coffee black, like mine? Oh, good question. I think most people take coffee with milk and sugar. They call it a cappuccino or something. I've heard that coffee tastes really bitter by itself, but maybe that's a good thing? I suppose I won't know until I try it for myself. I would like my coffee. I always take my coffee black. When I'm drinking hot coffee that I brew myself, it's always black. But if I go out, I will always get something with caramel in it. Every time. And it's always going to be like iced coffee. So like I believe I get a caramel frappuccino every single time. Caramel Raven Crunch at Starbucks. I'll get a caramel frappe at the McDonald's, and then I'll find, if it's anywhere else, I'll just find something with caramel. Black is midnight on a moonless night, please. Good choice. Anka will remember that. She seems impressed for some reason. Wait here. Anka returns to the coffee machine at the back of the room. She refills her own cup, and then retrieves another cup from the locker and fills that up too. I can barely contain my excitement as she walks back to her desk. She places the second cup in front of me. Here you go. Thanks. I carefully mimic her movements. First, I pick up my cup and breathe in the aroma. Mine has a strong, earthy scent. It's gonna be hot. Then, in unison, we bring the cups to our lips, and we each take a long sip. My first ever cup of coffee is rich, bitter, and very hot. Yeah, it's hot. The inside of my mouth instantly feels like it's on fire. How am I supposed to swallow this? My throat is going to melt. Don't spit it up on her! Before I can stop myself. You little! I spit out the burning lava. You spit it up on her, really? Yeah. I feel like I should say something here. Darn good coffee. And hot. He's burning. Yeah. What the heck is wrong with you, new girl? I am so sorry, Anka senpai. I mean Anka. I just wasn't expecting it to be so hot. Unbelievable. Unforgivable. I could quite happily kill you for this. But, well, I suppose that's against the rules. You're just lucky I have a spare shirt in my locker. I bow so deeply that my forehead smacks into the desk. Ow! I really am sorry, Anka. Whatever. I'm gonna go get changed. As I cower in my seat, she strides off towards the doorway. Oh, and touch my coffee machine while I'm gone, and I really will kill you. No matter what the president says. I don't think Anka likes me very much. I can still hear her footsteps as she stomps away down the corridor. I take another experimental sip of the coffee she made for me. Now that I'm mentally prepared for the temperature, it really does taste divine. I can see why Anka is so obsessed with this stuff. I quickly finish the entire cup. Oh, I suddenly feel all jittery. My bare toes are twitching. I want to get up and do something, but I don't know what it is. Caffeine? Whatever it is, I want to do a lot of it. Is this wired? Am I wired? My hands are shaking. But I'm not sure if that's because of the coffee or because Auntie yelled at me. You got that much off of one cup of coffee. I hope she can forgive me. I don't want this to be the only cup of coffee we ever share. But for now, there's one more club member that I haven't hung out with yet. Who should I spend time with? Alright, gee, I wonder who I should hang out with. Why don't I have a chat with Chuck? That sounds great. What is Chuck Senpai up to? I look over at him, seated at the desk by the door. He's taken something out of his school bag. Some kind of circular machine, perhaps. And he's tinkering with it. I can't quite see what it is, but I can see a small screwdriver in his hands. I wonder what he's doing. I wave at him, trying to get his attention. Chuck Senpai, notice me. Yikes. Desperate. After a moment, he lifts his head and looks in my direction. He has a distracted look on his face. Hey Jazz, what can I do for you? I bow my head slightly. Sorry to bother you, but have you got a minute? He glances down at the contraption on his desk. Whatever it may be. Can I wait for a bit? I'm in the middle of something. Calibrations. Oh. Can I help you at all? I don't know much about machinery, albeit, but maybe I'll be a fast learner. Chuck shakes his head slightly. Nah, I got this. You'll see what it is soon. I think you'll like it. I flash him a hearty thumbs up. Okay. I can't wait to see what it is. He returns to his calibrations, and I cast my eyes around the club room once again. Come to think of it, I've spent some time with everyone now, except Chuck Senpai. I wonder what I should do next. I suppose I could look up my meat facts on my phone until the president arrives, but just then, I hear something. Footsteps. Someone is walking down the corridor, and finally stopping outside the door. The door opens, and somebody steps in. It's Paige! It's Painicus Drinkerson, I completely forgot that was his name. President of the Murder Club. Greetings, friends. Close your eyes and listen. Just like yesterday, his voice is muffled slightly by the mask he wears. But again, I hear his next words loud and clear. Once more, it's time for Words with Panicus, episode 119. The word of today, goatman. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's right, comrades. Nefarious goatmen stalk the halls of the school, even as we speak. Each one more brazen, more bloodthirsty, and more bearded than the last. I barely survived an encounter with them just now on my way here. But we cannot let them run amok any longer. If we don't do something, those buck boys will be the end of us all. Bobcat, what can I do for you, Chief? I may require your services this weekend. I need someone with your knowledge of military-grade firepower. We going hunting? That we are. Tomorrow, we hunt the goatman and his cud-chewing kin. Sounds like fun on a bun. I'll bring extra ammo. The masked president of the murder club turns his attention to me. Good to see you again, Gross. I was worried that those behooved Billies things had claimed you as a victim. I shake my head reassuringly, showing him that I'm just fine. I haven't seen a single goatman since I got here, King Senpai. But I'll be careful on my way home, I promise. That's delightful to hear. I've encountered many a cryptid in my time here at Nemo High. The Loveland Frogman, the Louisiana Leopard, the Butter Dog. Oh God, the Butter Dog. Oh God. But the goatmen are easily in my top 5 most detested. You wouldn't believe what number 1 is. So please, be on your guard at all times. Why do we keep hitting the settings? The thought of losing another new member gives me chills. This is the first time I've really spoken to the club president. Yesterday he just stared out of the window, mumbling to himself. I should get to know him a little bit better while I have the chance. One more thing, King Senpai. What exactly is a cryptid? Have we met somewhere before? Yes, we met yesterday. Oh, I meant, have we met someone before yesterday? You seem so familiar to me somehow, but I can't remember where we could have met before. How about in a dream? I think it was snowing or something. I'm afraid I don't recall that myself. And besides, it hasn't snowed here in 2 years. You're probably thinking of someone else. I'm not the only one in town who wears a mask and hoodie, you know. I guess that's true. Senpai, do you know someone called Icky? No. That was a long pause for a no. I don't. There is no Iggy. Never mind then. It was just a name that popped into my head for some reason. One more thing, King Senpai. I can't place your accent. Where are you from? If you don't mind me asking. He has such an unusual voice. I've been wanting to ask it about it ever since I first heard him speak. No, I get that a lot. People usually assume I'm from Okinawa. Okinawa? Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, but I'm not. I'm actually from Hokkaido? I think that's how you pronounce it? Or it's Hokkaido. I'm not sure. The Scotland of Japan. That's an interesting way of putting it, Senpai. I only know of Okinawa because of the Battle of Okinawa. What can I say? I am an interesting guy. One more thing, King Senpai. How do you feel about Aztec death gods? Obviously, because I have that tablet. I've encountered one or two during my travels. Why do you ask? No reason really. It's just I was visiting my uncle in prison a while ago, and I found this strange stone tablet in the cafeteria. And get this, it turned out to be the host of the Morning Star. I am not pronouncing that name. Cool, huh? A tablet? I'm more of a boss relief man myself. Wait, did you say... I'm still not pronouncing that. He was one of the gods sealed away during Myra's great betrayal. How fascinating, right? Aztec gods are the best gods. I like Greek mythology better. I'm not gonna say they're the best because honestly, there's a lot that goes around with the Greek gods that are kind of terrible stories. There's just something I'm interested in. Well, that and meat packs. Like, did you know that there is a hostage negotiation tactic called bringing home the bacon? Isn't that the one where they starve people? Like, they put it out, it's like a torture thing where they put the meat outside and then use that to, like, so that the, prisoners would talk when they smelled it, and then they would get more and more hungry, so they'd be more willing to say what they need to say. Negotiations try breaking outside the hostage area. The hostage taker gets super hungry from the smell and more willing to negotiate. I was right! Hey! I've heard of that before. I'll have to remember that next time I'm in a hostage situation. Thanks for the tip, Gross. I'm glad I can help. One more thing, Senpai. What exactly is a cryptid? I'm so glad you asked. A cryptid is defined as an animal whose existence or survival is disputed or unsubstantiated. Some better-known examples of this would be Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, or the humble Yeti. I recently spent an entire month searching for some of them. My travels took me all around the world, and I encountered a great many dangers. Wow, Pink Senpai. I'd love to travel around the world myself someday. There is much to see out there, Gross. I am a member of the esoteric order, you see. Its name changes on an almost daily basis, but we seek out those forces which roam the forests and dark bowers of man's domain. I have scaled the mountains of the madness, seen the color outside of space, stalked in the shadows of Chernobyl, and braved the dark descent of amnesia. And now I am forced to assuage a terrible hunger in my very own home. I know how that feels. Sometimes my parents refuse to give me any dinner, and I get a terrible hunger myself. Yes, that's what I meant. Well, if that's everything, I need to write down my latest findings. Those goat-faced gimboids won't rest for a moment. It's been good getting to know you, Bruce. You too, Pink Senpai. Without another word, he strides over to the bulletin board on the wall and begins to scrawl something on a post-it note. I watch him transfixed. What an interesting life the president leads. Chuck steps up beside me and places a big hand on my shoulder. Oh, he's a character, alright. But anyway, I just finished my calibrations. Want to see what I've been working on? Yes, please, Chuck Senpai. Okie dokie. I'll round up the others. Hey, ladies! It's time. Time for what, Chuck-kun? Time for Wheel of Woe. Whoa! That's what I just said. Wrong type of whoa. Oh boy. Don't kill me. Does that say destitute? Oh boy. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, and variations thereupon. It's time to play Wheel of Woe, a completely original game that doesn't infringe on any copyrights whatsoever. Yeah. I'm Chuck Bobcat, and I'll be your host for this afternoon. This is definitely not Wheel of Woe, okay? Thank you. Now, the rules are simple. Just spin the wheel and see where it stops. If you land on a cash amount, you'll be asked a question. Get that question right, and that cash will be added to your total. And whoever has the most money at the end of the game will be declared the winner and take that sweet moolah home. Sounds simple, right? Where does he get this money, though? Let's try not to get destitute, lose a limb, or explode along the way. Oh boy. Please don't tell me we actually lose a limb. So let's get into it. Our first contestant is the caffeine queen of Nemo, Anka Rose. Let's give her a nice warm welcome to the show, folks. Hello. Hey there. Good to have you with us. So, the producers tell me that one of your hobbies is Tasseography. For those of you who don't know, tasseography is fortune-telling method that interprets patterns in tea, coffee, and even wine. Oh, so you read tea leaves. Okay. Could you tell us a little about that? Sounds like divinatory? Or what is it called? Well, for example, just this morning, I looked with interest at the phone in my first cup of coffee, and clear as crisp spring morning, the foam formed into letters. F, K. In the coffee. I knew I could count on it. It never fails. Wow. Let's just hope you don't get FK'd by the wheel today. Uh-huh. Let's find out, shall we? Yeah, we all know what that means. I'm not saying it. Give that wheel a spin. Okay. What we got? Destitute. Dang. Oh, that's about as painful as destitution gets. Looks like your coffee was trying to warn you this morning after all. Okay, I'm afraid your turn is up. I don't even like this stupid game anyway. Let's say hi to contestant number 2. Please put your hands together for the brilliant barefoot beauty. It's Gwen Claymore. Oh. Hi. Welcome. Great to have you here. So, it says here that you once had a part-time job at a local pizza place. How did that turn out? Not great. The place had these huge animatronic mascot characters, and at night they would roam around the building by themselves. So you just worked at Freddy Fazbear, killing anyone they came across. I was their night watch girl. As a teenager, you were the night guard? I only survived by wearing a pink rabbit costume and dancing with them all night. For 5 nights in a row. Yeah, it is Freddy Fazbear. What a story. But let's see if you're going to be dancing to a different tune today. Why don't you give that wheel a spin? Sure. If it lands on the pink one after that story, that would just be ironic. Oh. $1,190 yen. I guess you'll be paying for dinner tonight. If you can answer this question. The question, that is. I'll give it a try. Great. Here's your question. What is the bobcat's main source of prey? Isn't it rabbits? Isn't it zebra? You got it. Oh, I guess it is rabbits. I was gonna say zebra's about the same size, but I know. Oh no, I think that's lions. Yay! Great job. That's quite a bit of cash in your pocket now. But let's keep this ball rolling. Or rather, the wheel spinning. Okay. $1,666 yen. You got 666 in the end. A good year or so, I'm told. Really? But can you answer the next question? Here it goes. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, what is the oldest age a guinea pig has ever lived? Maybe 10? 10 years? They don't live that long. They live like 3 to 4 years. Wow, I'm very sorry. Just try to keep positive thoughts now. The oldest guinea pig in history was named Snowball, and he lived to the age of 14 years, 10 months, and 2 weeks. You spelled weeks wrong. But that's impressive, actually, because they only live for about 3 to 5 years. Fine. You keep the 1,190 yen you already won, but I'm afraid your time is up. So, let's take our next contestant. For a spin! Aha. Come on down, contestant number 3. Please show your appreciation for Myanmar's very own homegrown plant horror. It's actually her name. Hello. Hello to you. So, word on the street is that you're something of a gamer. Hey now, gamer is a dirty word. Is it though? But sure, I've been known to play a game or two in my time. Haven't we all? What have you been playing lately? Give us some recommendations. Well, I finished Pico, the new release by Eagle Jump. And I tried RailNet AD 3D, but I found it kind of infuriating. Oh, and I've been playing a lot of Rogue Legion's Dark Rounds recently. Trying to beat the game as a goblin peasant is freaking hard. I have to check those out myself. But before that, are these like previous games these creators made? I need you to spin that wheel, please. You got it, Chuckrin. Lose a limb. Oh boy. Oh no. Lose a limb? Looks like someone's going to be hopping home tonight. Oh man. It took me 2 weeks for my arm to go back last time. Really got it in the way of getting my doilies done. Well, I guess we can let you off. You actually do chop off a limb? Just this once. But I'm afraid your turn is still over. Works for me. And next up, it's the new girl. She isn't an official member of the murder club yet, but nobody is safe from the wheel's harsh judgment. Please go absolutely bonkers for Jazz Gross. No, I'm off of this pedestal. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no idea what's going on anymore. Where are those clapping and cheering sounds even coming from? Wow! A little fourth wall breaking, aren't we? But all that being said, this is the most fun I've had in years. I wait shyly at the fourth wall of the clubroom. Hi, everyone. Right back at ya. So, I overheard you earlier saying that you have a younger sister. Oh, you are correct, Chuck Senpai. Her name's Anya. Anya, that's right. So tell me, what kind of little sister is Anya? In my experience, little sisters always fall into one or two categories. Angels or devils. So, which is Anya? Anya is probably an angel. She's definitely an angel. She's probably the nicest person in the whole world. I couldn't ask for a sweeter little sister. Interesting stuff. Sounds like you got lucky by having such a good little sister. But it's time to test just how good your luck really is. Please, reach out and spin that wheel. Okay. My heart flutters in my chest as I step forward. Stretch out my hand. And, ha! I spin the wheel with all my strength. Really spun it so long that it goes for like 20,000 years. 2,380 yen? That's a fair bit of cash you picked up. But you'll have to answer the question before you can keep it. Of course. I'm ready, Chuck-senpai. Okie dokie. Tell me, what is the full name of the music club president? Sure. I think his name was Matthew Robertson-san. Yeah, I'm afraid that's the wrong answer. Seems we're out of luck. And I'm afraid your turn is over. Aw, I'm really bad at this game. Nah, you're doing great. But now, let's welcome back to the stage, Anka Rose. Yeah. Hello again. Hey, Anka. Now, you didn't manage to bank any money during the first round, so let's hope you have better luck this time. Spin and win, my friend, and spin and win. Okay, here I go. Explode? Frick! Everybody out of the room! Did we just explode the wheel? We just exploded the wheel. I don't even know if that's what he said. Well, how's that for an explosive finish, folks? He's still got the laugh track, though. Looks like that's all the time we have for today. Let's take a look at the final scores, shall we? Clay banked a total of 1,190 yen. And nobody else banked anything. Well, yeah, that sounds about right. So, it's my pleasure to announce that Gwen Claymore is our winner for today. Let's show her some appreciation. Thanks. Don't go spending it all at once, you hear? But now, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, it's time for me to say goodbye. I know. I'll miss you too. But be sure to join Chuck, Bobcat, and Friends again real soon for more Wheel of Woe! I hung out with the murder club until the sun began to set. While Clay and Plant helped Chuck gather up the debris from the exploded wheel, and Paint stares forlornly out of the window at the darkening horizon, I'm engaged in a fascinating conversation with Anka. Now, for beef, on the other hand, you want to use seasonings like oregano. Thought she said she didn't want meat fats. Cumin, sage, rosemary, thyme, dry mustard powder, basil, bay, black and cayenne peppers, onion. Oh, and garlic, of course. Oh yeah, use garlic powder and everything, I swear. Please. Someone. Anyone. Kill me. Yeah. She said she didn't want to hear meat facts. Okay. I'll think that's the last of the small shards. Good night. Good job, gang. Chuck-in? I'm not one to ask, to question your obvious genius. But have you considered not installing a bomb inside the wheel? This is like the 10th time we've had to piece it back together now. Nah. Where's the fun in that? Cherished ones. I think that about does it for today. Return to your domicils. Be wary of Goatman on the way out. About that, I will meet you here tomorrow. Bring guns. Bring all the guns. I don't know, Chief. That's a lot of guns. We may need them if those devils are already managed to construct the icon of sin. I am not using that word. It may already be too late. But we could at least take some of them down with us. So the boys clearly have plans. But what's everyone else doing with the weekend? Just working on my commissions, probably. Thank you all for watching. Please make sure to like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Turn on the notification bell if you want to see any more videos. And I will see you later. But for now, I will say goodbye. Peace off.